So 2 o'clock, I have an appointment at Dix McKenzie Ford to look at a 2017 Ford Fusion hybrid.
Okay, sweet.
It's an internet deal, and they want 14 for it. So guys, as you know, I trashed the town car. It is no more. The frame is bent, everything's damaged on it. It's completely totaled. So I'm not getting another town car. I kind of wanted to for a little bit, but ended up looking around at some newer cars, and I found a pretty good deal on this car. It's a little dirty. I've only put like 400 miles on it, or almost, and it's filthy. But you know, it's winter time, it's raining, there's dirt and mud and crap everywhere. And plus, we just had to go up to the tow yard and get some more stuff out of the Lincoln, so it's even more dirtier. Anyways, it's a titanium 2017 Ford Fusion hybrid, and I went with the hybrid. Well, actually, this one just happened to be a hybrid, but it was something I was interested in for fuel economy and maybe something we can get into later when this needs service. It's kind of some problems there that we might run into, mostly because there's some high voltage stuff there and I need to learn how to service that and find out what tools we need for that. But it's a car I can get in and drive, so let's just take a look at it, huh? Fully loaded for the most part. I don't have power folding mirrors or a moonroof, but those are not on my criteria. Looks and fuel economy. So as you can see, we got premium wheels, no steelies with wheel covers, none of that crap. I won't ever buy a car with that. I can't stand those. It's got brand spanking new tires on it. They put them on about a month ago when they got the car. And so I'm pretty much the first one to drive it with brand new tires. Michelin Energy, probably the factory tire. I like that. Locked it, unlocked. So yeah, a little dirty. We got some mud on the carpet. Now it's totaled. No, I'm just kidding. Why don't you guys hop in on the passenger side and we'll maybe go for a little spin. Okay, so to start the car, you push in the brake and it's on. The engine's not on just yet because it doesn't really need it. Okay, good, that's off. It starts playing Joe Bonamassa really loudly. Gee, I don't know where to start with features on this. It's fully loaded, pretty much with all kinds of weird stuff I'm not used to, like max AC. I wish the car was frozen so we could actually show you what it does. Pretty much, you can put this on, and even though it's cold, the air conditioner or whatever heats up immediately, and it defrosts the window fairly quickly. I was surprised with that, and it worked pretty well. All the mirrors are auto dimming and heated. They got blind spot monitoring, all this fancy stuff. But let's just go for a drive. I could probably talk all day about this. Now here's, some people probably don't like this, but I haven't had a problem with it. And it locks if you don't have your foot on the brake, so you can't just put it in reverse while you're driving along. So it pretty much drives like a normal gas car. Well, it does have a gas engine, but... And I have a backup camera. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that's pretty sweet. I love it. I haven't figured out how it does the regenerative braking stuff, but that's a thing, and it works pretty well. This has automatic wipers. They're rain sensing, and of course you can put it in just off, or you can put it in the upper level and it'll come on and it will change speed as it needs to, depending on how much rain there is. That is something that just blows me away, how it's able to do that. This whole infotainment thing, center, whatever you want to call it, is a little something to get used to, but I think I've figured it out now. There's a lot here, and most of your climate stuff is like done, you know, through here, and that took me a little bit. And my biggest concern is it looked like it was going out of defrost when you put it in the foot setting, but as long as the defrost is blue, that means it will still blow on the windshield and keep it defrosted. But you'll see, like, you know, this light will go out, so that's what was confusing me. I was like, what is it doing? I want defrost in the foot setting. So I'm just driving around and I'm on EV mode, charging the battery a little bit. It has a little battery indicator that you can choose to have it here or not. It seems to stay at half most of the times, and I think it does that because it gives you room to charge the battery instead of having it just go, like, you know, being overcharged or not charged enough. What is this?
Stuff for sale.
It's like, it's all free. You're like,
see
what?
the traffic signs?
Was it traffic signs?
There are traffic signs, like slippery slope kind of stuff.
Oh. I wonder how much they are. That'd be perfect for the garage, even though there's no room to move in there. So yeah, we're on the electric motor, just putting around town. I think I've been successful at, you know, going out to lunch and back to work just on the electric motor. And if you keep your throttle roll light, it'll stay in that mode. Uh-oh, we got some emergency vehicles up here. I don't know which way he's going. He's going right or left. In my case, he's going to my right. Now let's take her up the road here, and it's got a little 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's kind of similar to the one I had in my Mazda 3, but honestly I think it has more pep. It has 178 horsepower and 138 foot-pounds of torque, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but this thing has no problem rolling out. I just hit a pop can. I don't know if it was full or not, but it gone. So I've been getting 42 miles to the gallon in this car going to and from work, which is sweet because the gas in that Lincoln was actually starting to kill me, because it gets worse in the wintertime because that car's having to use more fuel to keep warm. This car doesn't give two shits. So I got this car with 66,000 miles. Well, it's at 66,298. It was at 65 something when I got it. And I've only had it, since Thursday, I think. Last Thursday, just a few days. Put 20 bucks gas into it. The Lincoln, I would get 230 miles out of a tank before, when I got to a quarter tank, and then I'd fill up, and that'd be like $50. So it's much different with this car. This car actually, what I am so happy about is that it's so smooth. It's got firm suspension, but it rides pretty decently. And you hit a hard bump, it's not jarring or anything. Handles good. I love this automatic wiper thing. It's been working out pretty good so far. There goes the state trooper. I was going 60. And the brakes, oh my god, they're so touchy on this. Mostly because I'm not used to it. It has lane departure. So over this little screen here, you've got 2 sets of lines on each side of the car, or 1 set on each side of the car symbol. And if it goes red, that means that you're, getting ready to go over the line. And it vibrates the steering wheel. There's different settings. You can actually put it on a mode that will actually jerk the steering wheel, and it will take you out of, it'll just nudge you. It doesn't actually like steer it, but it will nudge you out of that, out of what you're getting into. So it kind of helps you avoid having accidents, like, you know, going off the side of the road and rolling your car. Cue the sound, Jimmy. Anyways, yeah, this is my new car, and it's got fog lights, which work great because you can see everything on the side of the road at night, and also helps you see the road when there's a lot of fog. And you guys can probably tell I haven't touched my wiper switch at all. My wipers have come on and have adjusted to how much rain there is. I guess it's all done through the window, the windshield. There's like a built-in sensor of sort. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's ambient lighting. I'll show them right here as an example. You can change the colors. So you have light here, your USB ports are lit up, and there's some subtle floor lighting, and then stuff in the doors. It's actually kind of nice because you can, if you drop something, you might have a better chance of seeing it. We'll find a safe spot to turn around. We don't need to go all the way. Yeah, this thing stops. I think I'm getting used to the brake pedal now. It was pretty delicate before. Start up electric motor. It's got a CVT transmission, which is a constant velocity transmission. It's kind of like a snowmobile transmission. So it doesn't actually shift, which I kind of like, because if I'm going up a hill and I just need power, it just does it. It doesn't have to change gears and stuff and do all this witchcraft. I don't know what kind of problems they have with this transmission. I know the earlier CVTs were kind of crappy, but this has gone 60-some thousand miles with, you know, without having that messed with. One of my big concerns with this car is, you know, how much is a new battery going to cost for this? And it, you know, it has a regular car battery. That's $130 from the dealer, no big deal. But your actual hybrid battery, the high voltage battery, is about $4 grand from the Ford dealer. And of course, you can get good used ones from the internet and whatnot, and they're considerably less. But you know, I would much rather buy the whole battery, you know, like a new one. The whole battery. Can I get half the battery? So yeah, I've been pretty happy with this car so far. We only had one little glitch, and I think it was because we went through some water, or like mud, like potholes full of water. We had to go pick up some stuff from the tow yard, which has my town car, and it kind of freaked out the ABS a little bit, but it's kind of gone away after we drove it a little bit. So that's something to be mindful of. It does say not to drive it through certain water puddles or mud puddles, just because of that particular thing. You might affect something. So there's a lot of sensors and stuff in this car, so just something to be mindful of. And this car has not just heated seats, but it also has heated steering wheel. Oh, so nice. Down here, this has like a little cubby hole thing. Not so sure what I would put down there. I could maybe put my phone thing there. That would give me another USB port instead of the 12-volt port. But maybe put your gloves or something down there, or, oh, you know, maybe my camera can sit down there and, you know, plug it into an inverter and stuff. Which, speaking of which, this car back here has a power inverter. Which, yeah, they can clearly see my hand. Back here, there's a plug for the power inverter. And there's a 12-volt port and a USB port. And then in the center console, which I'll show you in a second, there's USB and a 12-volt port as well. But I saw this online. It was an internet deal for, they wanted, originally they wanted, I think it was almost $19,000 for it. And then they had it on a deal for $14,000 even, and then I offered them $1,500 for a down payment. I could have done a little more, but I didn't, want to push it. And they took the $1,500 and I got it for $12,800. I told them to, screw off with the warranty and stuff. You're paying for a $4,000 warranty over time. It's like, is that going to replace my battery? What if I need my battery and then I'm outside the mileage and like, oh, well, we won't cover that. I just didn't want to run into that. So, the battery I'm going to have to pay a lot of money for later down the road. But I figure with all the highway driving that I do, this battery should last a lot longer than what it would if you did a lot of city driving. And I think that's where a lot of people have problems with their hybrid batteries. This has electric park brake, which some of you mechanical guys, if you've watched Eric O on South Main Auto, you have to put this in a service mode to service the rear brakes. I figured out how to do this without having to have a $10,000 scan tool plugged into the car. So later when we have to do rear brakes, we'll work on getting that into a service mode and be able to service the brakes, because that's something I plan on doing myself. I would like to be able to work on this car without having to take it to a shop, unless I really, really had to. That'd be a different story. But in here, and I got all my receipts, which I need to just kind of get out of here, because this has got a little tray there and a little second level. Here's your USB port, nice little cavern here, and then there's a little 12-volt port right here, which you can see. And this has 2 layers. You got 2 little buttons here. If you push on this one, it opens up, just the lid. If you grab just the bigger one, it opens the whole thing. So yeah, guys, I think that's kind of it for now. I don't really have anything else to go over this car. It's not going to be a full review like some car guys do, but I just wanted to show you my new daily driver. Not a rental. I paid for this. Insurance company asks all the time, do you need a rental? I'm like, I already have a new car. So yeah, this will be my new whip. Anyways, Tubes, well, we will go. You guys want to see under the hood? Yeah, you want to see under the hood. Let's go pop the hood and take a look. Okay, let's take a look. What do we got under here? There's this little lever. You got to click it over all the way and then it unlatches it. Not too fancy in the hood support department, but whatever. Yeah, this is it. You got a little 2-liter here. Something I looked at, there is no accessories driven off the engine, so the engine just runs to keep the car moving, and it also charges the main battery when you first start the car up. And then you have your air conditioner is down there. That's actually got a little electric motor that runs that. Yeah, everything's fairly independent. A lot of the HVAC stuff is independent from the engine, so the engine can be off and you can still have air conditioning. It's pretty sweet how they do that. The only thing that I really noticed is I need to top this off. It's below the minimum, and we're right at the minimum on that, and this car is fully warmed up, so we'll go to Ford and get some coolant for that. They just changed the oil on it, so I don't have to worry about that until March of next year. They're going by the 5,000 mile interval, but I could probably push that a little bit longer, like maybe even 10,000 miles, but let's not get too carried away yet. I already checked the filter in there. That looks like it's getting ready to be exchanged for a new one, so that'll be something we'll do in another video when I get some stuff for this. But yeah, you got all your high voltage stuff, which you obviously do not want to mess with this until the vehicle is fully de-energized, but I hope to never mess with any of that. I'm hoping that this car will last a good while before anything needs major repairs. You know, some people don't even think about that with a new car, but you have to think about it, because if you're going to have it long term, you need to know what you're going to get into for repair wise. So this will be our learning experience. But like I said, right now we don't have to do anything to it. She's ready to rock. And that's my goal, is to get a car. Okay, hang on to us. We have them out. There we go. My goal is to get a car that I didn't have to work on. The car payments suck. I agree, and yeah, the bank owns it, but eventually it'll be mine. Anyways, I just coated all the windows with Rain-X, so the water should just beat off of it now. Dirty thoughts, Tubes. Dirty thoughts. Yeah, I don't really have anything to do. I just checked the brakes out. It looks like maybe next summer we might need to do brake pads in the back there, but they look like they're about 30 to 40%. Front, I think they're okay. But yeah, like I said, it's got brand new tires on it. Probably gonna last me 5 years maybe. And I've already priced those out. We're about 180 a tire, so it's a little expensive, but you know, that's what you get with the big wheels. The only thing that's driving me nuts is there's these stickers that are still on the wheels from when it was new. I'm probably gonna fix that here in a minute. But yeah. And it's even got the spoiler. I was so happy it had the spoiler. I was like, sweet. Yeah, those are about $500 new from the dealer, so the fact that it came with it is pretty sweet. The only weird thing about this car is just that squeaky noise, but whatever. Here's where your main battery is. This was all off when I got it and I put it back on there. I think they put battery chargers on these just to maintain the batteries. I don't need this anymore. I can almost get rid of it. But you lose a little bit of trunk space, but there's still lots of room to, you know, put groceries and stuff back here. I mean, I could fill this trunk. And no, I'm not selling I'm not installing anything back here. No subwoofers, nothing. I'm actually going to be selling the subwoofer and amps and radio that came from the town car. It's all still good, so if anybody's interested, email me and, you know, I'll make you a deal. If you're a YouTuber, I'll cut you a break on what I really want from this stuff. I kind of want to find out where that pivot point is and maybe spray some lubricant on that just so it's not squeaking. Because usually squeaking means that something's dry and whatnot. I plan on getting the rain guards for this eventually, and maybe a front bumper protector, not a bra, but there's like a deflector, kind of like what I have on the truck. I want to get one of those. So yeah, all LED lighting. You know, plenty of room. Well, it's a little tight back here, but you know, a lot of my friends are kind of short, so. Cup holders like here, stuff in the doors. I like the way they did the hinges, so if you need to service these, it'll be a lot friendlier later down the road. But yeah, I guess this car was a lease, which is funny because that's what my Mazda 3 was. So yeah, kind of a strange pattern going on here. I didn't plan this. And as long as you have the key fob, that locks it. Yeah, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. I'll show you guys more later. But right now I just wanted to make a quick little video for you guys so you can see my brand spanking new car. Well, not brand spanking new, but compared to what I was driving, brand new. And this thing is just so much nicer. Get about 42 miles to the gallon. I mean, it cost me 20 bucks to fill this thing, and we went 320 some miles, and I still had 150 left to go. So yeah, pretty sweet. I've never had push to start before. That's so cool. And then off. So yeah guys, that's my car. And well, we'll catch you next time. A couple of updates. Truck stuff, I'm pushing off for a while, so we're not going to mess with the engine. We're just going to run her until she pops. The neighbor's Camry. I have to do the fuel pump on this and maybe some other things, so we'll have a video later sometime on that. So anyways, that's kind of what's going on. Not much really else going on. I got to clean the garage and stuff, but as far as content wise, it's going to be a little slow, and we might, well, as I mentioned earlier, be taking a break. So we'll probably expect that break around Christmas time, because you know everybody else is going to be doing their family stuff and probably not watching YouTube videos. So anyways guys, we'll see you later. Check out the links down below and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.